I just got first place at my local OTS's Win-A-Box tournament for Phantom Nightmare. Let's take a look at what we were playing and what we managed to win. What's potion? You got Matt here, and welcome back to another competitive Yu-Gi-Oh video. I just got first place at my local OTS's Win-A-Box tournament for Phantom Nightmare. It's the second time that I managed to win a box through one of these events, and I am super stoked. I ended up playing the same list that I played at that last event, so this time around I wanted to showcase that list for you guys and actually open up the box as well. I ended up playing Snake Eye Fire King, but it was a very scuffed version of the deck with a few cards that were missing from traditional lists. But with that being said, it's still a pretty expensive list right now, obviously because Snake Eye decks and Fire decks in general are pretty pricey, so this is not going to be a budget deck by any means. But the deck is still incredibly fun and performed very well, even though I was missing a few different cards. I ended up going 4-0 with this particular list. My matchups were in round 1, it was a Red Dragon Archfiend deck. In round 2, I played against Branded. Round 3 was against Pure Snake Eye, and then in round 4, I played against Exo Sister. And funny story, the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th place competitors were my 3 opponents in the last 3 rounds. So they all ended up going 3-1, and we were their only loss, each of them, which was really cool. So if you're excited to see what our list looked like for this Win-A-Box event and find out what we managed to pull from that box, then make sure to smash the like button. Whenever you guys hit the like button, it really helps the channel grow by pushing it out to more people, so I really appreciate it whenever you do. Also, make sure to subscribe to the channel as well. We're on the road to 10,000 subscribers and we can't get there without your help. But with that being said, let's take a look at our deck and find out what we managed to pull. Let's jump into it. So as you guys heard from the intro, we ended up taking first place at our locals Win-A-Box tournament for a Phantom Nightmare box. And I'm pretty stoked about it, honestly. This is the second time I've won a Win-A-Box rather for Phantom Nightmare, which I'm pretty excited about. We only started doing Win-A-Boxes pretty recently as well, and I think it's a really good thing for an OTS to be doing. Just really good for the community. Obviously an increased price, but I mean, it gets people to show up and it gets people to really be passionate and play the game in a competitive sense, which we're all there for, at least on my locals right now. But either way, like I said, we got first place. I was playing a very scuffed version of Sinful Spoils Snake Eye Fire King. You're gonna see that the deck is not like other Sinful Spoils decks because at the current moment, I don't own bonfires. My deck also has ratios that are really weird because I don't own additional copies. But the reason why I want to make this video above all else was not only to showcase that right now the deck I have, it's not perfect by any means. It's missing a lot of cards that would make it the best it could possibly be, but you can still compete. You can compete with a deck that may not be at the best level it could possibly be, but it still is a solid option nonetheless because of your comfort level with the strategy and of course, well, how good it is against other decks. But for that being said, let's go ahead and jump on in. I have 42 cards in the main as well as our 15 card extra and 15 card side deck. So we'll get started. Of course, I'm going to go engine by engine. Starting off, of course, we have our Sinful Spoils engine. We have the 3 copies of Wanted, 2 Diabell Star, and 1 copy of Original. If I had the 3rd Diabell Star, I would definitely play it. What I would take out, a lot of the Fire King stuff, to be honest. If I had enough to make this a pure Snake Eye list, I would probably be playing that specific variant, but in this case here, I'm not. But like I said, 2 Diabell Star is fine right now. The 1 Snake Eye it's fine. It kind of comes up and it's a little annoying sometimes in hands where you have Diabell Star access and access to the Poplar as well, because then you're kind of searching for this or the field spell. And if you open up 1, then you have a dead card really, so it is what it is. Either way, Diabell Star is great. It's a 1.5 card combo. Same thing with Wanted. They bait Ash. Having access to Wanted in the graveyard to recycle the original Sinful Spoils is great, so it's a fantastic option. As for our Snake Eye cards, we're of course rocking with the 3 copies of Snake Eye Ash, which is pretty standard. 2 copies rather of Poplar, 1 copy of Oak, and then 1 copy of Flamberge Dragon, along with the 1 copy of Divine Temple. Now, this is a pretty standard lineup, I think, for a Snake Eye Fire King list. If you're playing a more heavy Snake Eye version, obviously having another copy of Flamberge Dragon is great. I really wanted to play a pure Snake Eye version, but I only have the 1 Flamberge right now, so I want to stick with this list here. Just felt it was kind of the best way to go about it rather than adding in more non-engine. Either way, I think that Divine Temple is a great card because there are so many times where if you're worried about Nibiru, you can use Divine Temple to place the copy of Flamberge Dragon in your spell and trap zone, which is great because then you can always send it with the effect of one of your Snake Eye monsters to summon another card out of the deck, trigger the copy of the Flamberge Dragon, summon it back out. So even if I have the 1 copy, it still ends up being fine. But that being said, pretty standard lineup here, really good. You know what these cards do, they're all fantastic. We then have, of course, the 1-for-1, which is great because it bridges our 2 engines together. Speaking of which, we have our Fire King engine being the 1 copy of Ponix, the 1 copy of Garunix. I'm playing 2 copies of Kirin, the 1 copy of Arvada, 1 Sanctuary, and 1 Island. This is my Fire King lineup right now. Obviously 1 for 1 kind of just does a bit of both, but having this is not bad. I don't always go into this line. Most of the time I try not to, actually, because I feel like it just adds another layer of frailty to the deck by having Fire King Island on the field in case they have Cosmic Cyclone, which is a pretty common side deck card at my locals. But having access, of course, to this engine here is really nice, especially Kirin. I love seeing Kirin in hand because I can always use it to pop my copies of Ash or Oak or Poplar or whatever the case might be to make sure their effects resolve in case they get impermed, which is really nice. It's also just, again, good to have in case I do happen to have the Ponix as well, because it gets my engine online for Fire King without having to really worry too much about it as well. But that being said, this engine here, I usually side out a lot of it. There are some matchups where I side out all 7 pieces of the engine. Again, I'm going to take out the 1 for 1 here, but these 7 cards here, I end up siding them out pretty often. If I don't end up siding them out, then I'll side out maybe like a copy of the Sanctuary. I might side out 1 Kirin as well, just in case. And is this ideal? No, but a lot of the time I do end up siding these 2 out here in case I want to have more non-engine pieces. These are the 2 most flexible I find, but at the bare minimum, these 5, and then I'll add in possibly these 2, and depending on the matchup, all 7 will go out and be sided out. But that being said, that's going to be it for our Fire King engine. Let's move on to the rest of our deck, which is going to be all non-engine. We have 20 non-engine spaces. That was 22 cards here for engine, 20 non-engine spaces, 3 Imperm, 3 Ash, 3 copies of Valor, as well as 3 copies of Nibiru, and I'm rocking 2 copies of Ghost Bell. These are our hand traps here, so it's 12 hand traps, 14 hand traps, there we go. 14 hand traps, math is hard. 14 hand traps. I think this lineup is pretty good. For a while, I was playing 1 copy of Bell and 1 copy of Mourner just as like crossout targets, which I'll just reveal right now. I'm playing 3 copies of crossout as well. There's a lot of people on this deck here as well at my local, so I want to have it. But I felt like that card just wasn't as good, and I want to have the impact of Bell to hit the Flamber's Dragon, for example, because that's such a big play and big power play that the deck has. So if I can Bell that effect, it'd be really solid. Either way, Nib performed very well. The best thing is opening up Nib with a copy of another hand trap. It just feels so nice. The one time I opened up with a play against that strategy, I was Nib with another hand trap, and it didn't really work out. I was playing against Snake Eye Fire King, or just pure Snake Eye, excuse me, and they were able to get to Borreload Savage Dragon, but they also had the field spell to get the Flamber's Dragon on the field after I resolved the effective Nib. So I used the effective Nib on the Borreload Savage Dragon before I could get the negate, and then I used the effect of my my Mourner a bit later on. And obviously Mourner's going to be in the side deck, which we'll talk about a bit later. But that being said, that's going to be our hand trap lineup. We're also playing 2 copies of Triple Tactics Talents and the 1 copy of Call by the Grave. Talents is great. I love playing Talents this format, but I only played at 2 copies. I never played at more than that. Just it's a little bit bricky in case you open up with 2 copies, which really hurts, especially if you lose the die roll going into game 1. And then if you open up this card going second, too many copies, it hurts too much. So I felt like having 2 copies was good enough, and it's a great card to see, but if I don't see it, I'm not too broken up about it. If you want to take them out, by all means, you can take these 2 out and make it a 40 card strategy, but I'm pretty happy with this specific ratio. It's done well for me. 4-0, we'll take it. So that being said, that's our main deck. Let's go ahead and move on to our extra deck and our side. Our extra deck, pretty straightforward. I'll breeze through it. Nothing really crazy in here. We have the 1 copy of Link Rebo. We have our Hita and our Dark as our 2 Charmers. We have the IP and the SP as well as the Nightmare Phoenix. This is our pretty standard lineup for Link 2s. Our Link 3s are going to be the copy of Promethean Princess and the 1 copy of Selene. I don't have access to Raging Phoenix. If I had Raging Phoenix, I'd be playing that, and I probably wouldn't be playing the Access Code Talker as well. But for the time being, I am. I think Access Code actually does a lot of good work. The pop is really nice. The fact that I can still get to lethal pretty easily with Access Code Talker and Flamber's Dragon is a pretty easy line to get to, so I want to have it in this specific list. We also have our Link 4s in Ambler Whale, in Appaloosa, and in Zealantis, as well as 1 surprise card that is kind of just here because I didn't really know what I wanted to add instead. I had the 1 copy of Avermax in this list. The reason why I'm playing Avermax is because there's a player at my locals that is on Raid Raptor, and he wasn't on Raid Raptor today. He played Exosister. I actually played him in the finals. But Avermax is nice because it's able to beat over these Towers monsters, which I felt was really important, so I wanted to have that in this list as well. We're also playing the 1 Underworld Goddess. I can easily link climb to get to 4 materials worth of link rating pretty easily with this deck, and I wanted to have a way to get rid of the Towers monster, so Underworld Goddess definitely does that. And the last card is the 1 copy of Typhon. Typhon is fine. It's fine. I made it once today against Branded. That's really it. I didn't make Zealantis today. I didn't make Appaloosa today. I didn't make Avermax or Underworld Goddess today, but everything else that I had in this list here, like, these what, this is 10 cards. These came up pretty much every single game. I was looking at making these at some points, and Typhon was the one exception, but everything else here was kind of irrelevant for the time being. I would have made Appaloosa if it made sense, but it didn't today. Anyways, that's going to be it for our extra deck. Really happy with it. Again, not much I would change. I would probably, if I had the Raging Phoenix, I'd add in that, but then I have to rework it a little bit, but so be it. Moving on though, we have our side deck. Pretty clearly going to be 3 copies of Summon Limit. Amazing card, such an amazing floodgate in this format today. Really, really good at stopping. If I go full Snake Eye combo, flip up Summon Limit, it's game over. They can't really do anything about it. I'm also playing 3 copies of Droll. There's a player at my locals that is currently on Dark World, and he's hand looping like crazy. And if I don't open up exactly 2 of the right hand traps against that deck, I lose. So I want to improve my chances by seeing Droll and Lockbird, because that can just win the game in an instant against that strategy. I'm also playing 2 copies of Ghost Mourner here. Again, I was playing 1 copy in the main, 1 copy of Bell on the side, and having the 1-1 ratio there. I didn't feel like that was that necessary. Mourner is just, it's fine, nothing crazy. It's nice to have the extra piece of interruption in case I felt like Talents wasn't that important to have in the matchup, or if one of my other hand traps was not super strong. Like if I was going up against Labyrinth, for example, I wanted to take out some nibs. I had options here. I'm also playing 2 copies of different Bestials, 1 Magnamut and 1 Druid's Worm. I was debating playing the Baldrake, but I was running out of space in the extra deck, or in the side deck rather, so I want to just stick with what I had. At this point in time, we have what, this is 10 spaces here in our side deck. I'm playing 2 copies of Cosmic Cyclone. Love this card, this format. I sided in going second almost all the time, especially if I'm playing against Snake Eye, because I know they're going to side in Summon Limit. It's also really nice because I can use it to hit the field spell, or if they try to activate the effect of the Flamberge Dragon in the draw phase to summon back the IP in their spell and trap zone, I'll just use Cosmic Cyclone on the IP, and that way they lose out an extra form of interruption, which is really nice. And then I'm playing the 2 copies of Dogwood with the 1 Agave Dragon. This is our side deck here. These 3 cards never came up. I didn't side them in once, didn't need to. We didn't really go to close to time at all, except for in 1 game against Branded. And that one there wasn't too bad. We had like 20 minutes on the clock going to game 2. I won game 1. I said, you know what? I'll be fine. I'm siding and going second. I don't need to worry about it too much. And we ended up taking almost a full clock, but it is what it is. That's our side deck. That's our 15 card side, 15 card extra, and 42 card main deck. Pretty happy with it. Again, we managed to win the box here, so I'm going to take a quick cut and just go ahead and open up the box, and we'll take a look and see what's inside. So I obviously don't do many box openings on this channel. I'm not planning to do much sealed content on this channel as well. I should say sealed content. I should say like box openings on the channel, but I figured that, you know, because we managed to get the win a box, it was a competitive event, we'll take a look at it and see what can happen. But and maybe give you guys a bit of experience to what it's like to open up a box, in case some people aren't fortunate enough to do that. So yeah, that being said, let's go ahead and take a look here. Okay, so we have 24 packs. Let's see what we can find. We'll go side by side. If you think, okay, first of all, predict down below what you think is going to be in this box. What do you think our 4 Ultras going to be and our Secret's going to be? And do you think I'm going to pull a QCR? I already pulled 1 QCR from a pack of Phantom Nightmare. Hopefully we get another. So let's go and take a look. All right, first pack, we have Knife and Nothing, Emissary of the House of Wax. All right, we have, ooh, Princess. I will definitely take a copy of Princess. That is really sick. Okay, we got an Ultra. We take those. I'm honestly, copy of Princess is probably the best Ultra we could possibly pull right now, so I'm very happy about that. I also got to keep in mind that the Yubel stuff is going up right now, so I want to pick up copies of those as well. All right, so next pack. Let's see. Pack number 4, we have, oh my god, wow, this is a crazy box already. Another copy of Low. The last time we had a win a box as well, I managed to pick up a copy of Low and a copy of Poplar as my two high value cards, and this is about as good as it gets. Wow, that is amazing. Oh, we take those. Pack number 5, we have a Goatee card here. Mean Merciless here. That's fine. It is what it is. Nothing crazy. Number 7, Grand Bash as a second ultra rare. I'm not mad. This is my second copy of Grand Bash that I have in my collection now. I'll take it. This side I think should be done. There's Raid Raptor's Force, in case I want to go Raid Raptor and play that deck. Last pack on this side, we have an Aroma Lilith Rosemary, keeping plants as relevant as they possibly can. Okay, moving on to the next side here. What can we get from side number 2? We should be expecting 2 more secrets, and 2 more ultras rather, 1 more secret. We have Walls of the Imperial Tomb. Can we get a QCR? All right, this was a mess of a pack there, but it's okay. We have Nightmare Pain. I'll take it. That's a super rare that's going up in price right now because of all the hype behind Yubel. Really happy with that one. Next pack Yeah, the Samsara D Lotus, another Yubel card that's going to be going up eventually. I'm pretty happy with that as well. Cool, cool. Next pack up, what do we have here? We have a Skull Guardian. Okay, I'll take it as an ultra rare. I'm pretty happy with that. This is my first time pulling a Skull Guardian, but it's not the craziest money card right now, but Voiceless Voice is such a cool strategy. I'd love to play it eventually. And you know what? Maybe I will. But, you know, I've already pulled a copy of Low once before, and I managed to trade it already. So if I didn't do that, I'd be much closer to getting there, but it's going to be a little bit challenging right now if I want to get to playing Voiceless Voice. We're expecting still one more ultra rare and one more secret rare, but can we get that QCR? There are how many packs left? 5 packs left. Will we pull anything from these last 5 packs? Let's see here. All right. We have a Vados. That is, okay, we pulled the 2 best secret rares in the set. I am ecstatic. Wow. Okay, Vados is great here. My first time pulling a Vados. I'm thrilled about this because eventually I think this card will be not a banned card by any means, but like a really strong hand trap in certain formats. So definitely a card I want to keep in my collection. Wow, thrilled about that. Next up, we're still expecting one more ultra rare, but can we get a QCR in its place? Let's see. Oh my god, we got a QCR. Oh, no way. Oh my god, we got a QCR. Grand entrance. What a box. What a... Okay. Oh my god, this... I am through... No way. That is so awesome. Oh man. Okay, look at this shine. Oh baby, that is what I'm talking about. This pack, this box is crazy. Wow, this box is insane. Okay, I'm putting this into a sleeve right the hell now. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Get in the sleeve. Get in the sleeve and be gentle. Be careful here. There we go. Wow. There we go. Goblin Biker Grand Entrance. You know what? My other Goblin Biker, my other QCR is a Goblin Biker Doug Charger. Maybe this is the universe telling me to build this deck. Oh, that is awesome. That is awesome. We're not really expecting anything out of these last 3 packs here, but I am over the moon right now. That is amazing. Let's see here. We got a Spirit of Yubel. I'll take it. Hey, Yubel stuff is going up. Yubel stuff is going up. All right. I still can't get over that we managed to pull not only the 2 best secret rares in the set, and we still got, oh my god, we still got another ultra. I mean, it's not a good ultra, but I'm like, wow. Okay, so we managed to pull 4 ultras, 2 secrets, and a QCR. I will take it. I will take it. That is amazing. And the final pack for this insane box has a Magic Spectre Porcupine Yamarashi. Okay, that is crazy. Not only do we get a QCR, amazing, we ended up getting the 2 most expensive and 2 most valuable secret rares, as well as 2 ultras that are pretty good. And then we got, I mean, Skull Guardian is good as well. This is a kind of throwaway ultra, but I'm still happy. This is a crazy, crazy box. I am thrilled with this. Wow. That's insane. That is absolutely insane. So wow, what a day. Not only did we manage to get first place at our locals win-a-box, but that box was absolutely incredible. I mean, just look at these pulls. A QCR Grand Entrance, the Vados, and Low, which are the 2 best secret rares in the set, and we still managed to get 4 ultras, with the highlight being that Promethean Princess. Ugh, just so good. But speaking of the Promethean Princess, if you want a chance to win this freshly pulled princess, then you're in luck. I'll be giving this princess away to 1 lucky subscriber. If you want to enter the giveaway, you just have to do these 3 things. Number 1, you have to be subscribed to the channel. I'll be picking the winner once we hit 10,000 subscribers. If our growth continues the way it has been, that should be in about 10 to 14 days. Second, you have to leave a comment on this video, that way I can reach you and pick a winner. In the comment, just let me know what's your favorite video I've ever posted. Third is leave a like on the video. That's it, that's all you have to do. Like, comment, and subscribe, and you're entered into a chance to win this Promethean Princess. It also doesn't hurt your chances to follow me on Twitter and join the Discord server, both are linked in the description. We're trying to build our community over there as well, and I'd love for you all to be a part of it. But as always, thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you all next time.